Okay. Haven't done one of these in a while. Welcome. My name is William Olson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Y'all can call me Will. Um, we are back and doing journalism again. Y'all miss me doing that? Hope you have. It's been a couple of months. I've had other work and major events in hospital get in the way, but I don't know if this is going to show up well on the camera. It looks like it's going to. You can see here, that's my Patreon page. Um, I got articles on it again. We've done the bare minimum number of articles this week. We've done two articles in the public interest in and around the old familiar beat of unions, the union movement, industrial relations, workers' rights and entitlements, and also dabbling in areas of press freedom and media reform. All of that so far this week has been accomplished in the two articles and in a nice forensic investigation. So right now I've got the bare minimum of what we can base the Monday podcast called I Just Said That. Yes, we're finally going to get into episode number 56 of the I Just Said That podcast early Monday. Going to do it early, going to post it early Monday because there's something about a certain football game in Los Angeles that's going to take place and is attracting global attention. And maybe I want to watch it too. Okay, so we'll get that out of the way. Hope to have episode 56 of the I Just Said That podcast up by 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time on Monday, the 14th of February, which, by the way, is not really a holiday. Anyhow, let's talk about these articles. I'll just gloss them over because we're going to talk about them more in depth on Monday to find a bit more perspective and a bit of meaning and hopefully have a few laughs along the way. But here's what we've got for this week's articles. On Monday, this week, on the 7th, I wrote an article. Now you can see that the ABC and SBS, and Australia's public broadcasters, have had some of their funding that was previously cut returned to them by Communications Minister Paul Fletcher. There's some people on the other side who say that, this stinks of a political stunt ahead of a federal election, which has not yet been called yet, but is certainly imminent in the matter of the next few months or so. So you've had Paul Murphy from the Media, Entertainment and Arts Alliance, the MEAA. You've had opposition communications ministers such as Sarah Hanson-Young from the Greens and Michelle Rowland from Labour, criticize that on those grounds. To say, hey, it's nice to see the ABC and SBS, let's not forget them, getting money back to the pre-2018 freezes and cuts. But could they have done it under any other terms, or could they have done it completely? Anyhow, we'll get into that on Monday. Okay, then Tuesday I wrote something about the Transport Workers Union. They had manned a 3 union strong, and the ACTU was there as well, and the Senator for New South Wales, Tony Sheldon, who, by the way, is an ex-TWU secretary. The current TWU secretary, Michael Caine, had manned this media conference in Canberra on Tuesday regarding how to fix supply chain issues around the country. It's had its impacts. If you've seen in any retail outlets, and particularly at your Coles or your Woolies and your Aldi, barren shelves, not able to get particular groceries or household goods. I think we've all felt it by now. We'll talk about that on Monday on the I Just Said That podcast. Then we have the investigation that I completed writing about last night. Aged care. The ACTU, the mothership of the union movement in Australia, it's the Australian Council of Trade Unions, the Australian Nursing and Midwifery Federation, the ANMF, and also the Health Services Union. They've all had something to say regarding the aged care sector, the state that it's in, and how it needs to be fixed. And the HSU, the last of those three entities of the unions that I mentioned, they've pulled out statistics from a survey suggesting that this is going to be a hot button topic in the forthcoming election campaign. Now, we probably suspected that before, but there are statistics within this investigation that actually clinch, that feeling. Right, so that's all I've got so far this week. There may be more to write about in the next few days. You never know. Have laptop will travel. But I missed doing this during all the hospital work I was doing. Started working in a city-based hotel. I won't mention names. And also worked during the Australian Open, which was fantastic. And other hospital-related work. Had to put the journalisms on the back burner, but we are back, baby. We are back, and we are hitting every stride. We've blasted out of the gates, and like I said, we've done the minimum for this week so far. Potentially more to come. So I'm looking at doing every week minimum 2 public interest journalism articles on unions and union movement, industrial relations, yada yada yada, and a forensic investigation along those lines, along that beat as well. That's the bare minimum. Now, you may have noticed when I held up the laptop, we are starting from scratch on the Patreon, and I'm not really surprised that those that were supporting me pulled their support over the course of the last 2 months. It was exactly 2 months in between contributions of content. If I was paying that sort of money, I'd be pulling it too. So I can completely empathize with those. If you have subscribed before, please come back. I am here for you. I am going to pick up where I left off in doing the sort of journalism that is really important, and you really don't see it in the mainstream, in the tabloid media culture, who feel that it's not very important to the public. I do believe that it is, and that's why I do it. So, come back. Encourage others to do the same, others who appreciate and need this sort of journalism. $5 a month, minimum. You get every article, every investigation, every episode of the I Just Said That podcast. You get the monthly trivia column. You get the newsletter. You get unlimited Q&A access to me. Feedback is always welcome, and I certainly appreciate it. And above all else, there are other, you've got this social media channel, my YouTube channel. Hit that damn bell, subscribe, get you updates. And also I've got a dedicated LinkedIn and also a dedicated Instagram page as well. william.olson.journo. You can find any of those in addition to this one along that domain. If you've got any questions or you have any feedback, say you're in a union and there's an issue within your union that you'd like to see me look into a bit more, let me know. I get releases from a lot of the major unions, but sometimes, that's not enough. It's nice to hear from the rank and file as to what's happening in your union. Let me know. Drop me a line, either on this YouTube channel. My Twitter DMs are open. You can even drop me a line on the Patreon. Now that's what I'm saying. Subscribe to the Patreon, $5 a month, great value for money on a weekly basis. It's far less than your typical Melbourne barista CBD coffee. I will see you next week. We'll try. You know what? Let's meet back again on Sunday. where we're going to preview episode 56 of the I Just Said That podcast. We'll talk to you then. Take care.